I'm Ash Minnick, and this is Club Auspex. We just saw Season 2, Episode 5 of New York by Night, and very similar to our Episode 7 in Season 1, we spent our time with each player individually. So in today's Club Auspex, we're going to talk to everybody, but 2 at a time. 4 people's too many people for me. Anyway, so first I've got Michelle Nguyen Bradley and Xander Jeanneret. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the club.
This is the energy we're bringing.
What is it? I see you.
Auspex.
We see you.
We saw you.
We saw you.
You know what you did.
What is happening right now?
That's the tagline for Club Auspex.
Incredible. I love it.
That is what Xander pitched. Is the
Right. I am now the brand manager.
Jesus.
The brandager.
Brandager.
Yeah.
I've got a whole club.
So let's start with the obvious. Your character's cray. Like straight up.
There are issues.
I mean, I loved it.
Yeah.
It was so fun to watch. But can we just talk about
Now that's vampire.
Hey.
Yeah.
So last time I was on Club Auspex, I did sort of hint that I have a lot of backstory that kind of has to be revealed in the right way, or I don't want to reveal it. So. For that to happen in my solo is probably the only way the audience would know my long backstory I've written for myself. I did not know Michelle did not know all these things about, wow, so many reveals. So my father, having been involved in me being, embraced, I didn't know that this assistant was going to show up. I didn't know any of this stuff. I just had a backstory. So that kind of came up in in a very timely manner. And I think, Michelle was surprised and Kiếm was surprised, so the reaction, I gave is quite genuine, and of course I pumped it up because I'm acting. But wow, I just felt like it felt to the character and to me just like the ultimate betrayal. I already hated this guy, but oh my god, no.
Are you suggesting Michelle, the player, was calling Jason a shit? Is that
what? No.
To be fair.
Jason's
everyone else, so.
But I did intentionally write this very tragic character that on the outside just seems weird. Why are you so weird? You're so weird. It's a common reaction people have to a lot of regular human beings that have experienced trauma in their life, and they end up very different on the other side. And I have shown basically my backstory through what the blood has done to me. The being obsessed with the bodies thing, that just came through because previously I didn't feel like I belonged to the human race at all, even though I was still human, because I was doing these terrible things. But I felt like I was being forced to do it. So that this has come full circle, that I am now I kill and I enjoy it, and it's right. Hold on, I haven't killed anyone. I haven't killed anyone. But
I feel like we're learning so much right now.
Yeah, it is. It is just that my character is finding out who am I really? So all these big themes I wanted to bring in are here they are.
Yeah, and I will say too, because we've played in a few games together, that you have an amazing talent for creating a huge backstory for your characters.
Oops.
It's great. It's fantastic. But a lot of the times it only informs your decisions, and it doesn't necessarily all get out there.
Yeah.
So to have someone like Jason to take all of these things and weave it into the narrative, your surprise and delight, I think that's what we strive for. You know what I mean? You listen to me, and ooh, it's my world too.
Yeah, I mean, truly, what a gift. And I think tabletop, doing improv like this is a way that you kind of get rewarded for doing that kind of advanced homework.
Yeah. Spreadsheets on spreadsheets.
And just as an actor too, I love playing. I think I've been building to. Kiếm has been so weird, but if restrained this whole time, but then just showing what happens when the gloves are off was really fun. I was yes.
Well, the gloves didn't come entirely off.
Yes, they
did hold back.
They're halfway off.
Yeah,
but it's more than we've seen at all. I think
it's like a burlesque show of the gloves coming off.
And we also saw a lot of Brawn's backstory.
Yeah, we got to meet Glassjaw, his sire. Whom we've only experienced in Brawn's mind as his beast sort of thing.
Yeah,
we didn't know that. We didn't know that was Glass.
That's true. Yeah. So
that was a fun reveal. I also I was telling Jason this. I found Glassjaw a little gaslighty. Every time Brawn was bringing up oh, this stuff, he's like, yeah, but hey, you've got territory, and you're doing so good, and isn't that great?
And you've hit the nail on the head on that relationship, because the whole thing was the Glassjaw as a representative of Nosferatu is using Brawn, because everyone's using Brawn. I know.
My heart broke for Brawn. Like truly, like your scene, I was like, oh my little guy.
Yeah. I'm not a little guy. I'm a tough
I'm gonna
guy.
protect you, but Kiếm don't like you no more. I don't think this will happen.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's been so much fun to explore that side of a tough guy as well, because he came off so abrasive at first, but there are layers there.
Onion.
It's an onion.
And I also have to mention, I mean, obviously you've got sire issues, vamp daddy issues. We've had a lot of vamp daddy issues in New York by Night and LA by Night. I think you're the first character that's had real daddy issues.
Mortal daddies.
My mortal daddy does want to become one of the kindred, though. So that's not happening.
The extra vamp daddy.
I think it's quite natural to, it makes more sense to me than of course having issue through sire. That's a whole thing that I don't get to experience because he's gone, and I don't.
But that is an issue in and of itself.
Yeah. But I think that is a different kind of storyline. But yes, guess what? You can have problems with the real daddies also.
You should dangle it over his head like a Guillermo type of like, someday I'll turn you.
We don't talk about the other vampire shows.
You
Sorry.
want to get sued, Xander?
Don't talk about Gizmo. I have a Gizmo now, though. I have Look. So it's
you have your own.
My first ghoul.
You ghouled on your own. I was so proud of you.
Well, Jason helped me there, but also I was like, after I made a note, it was like, look up ghoul rules.
Ghoul rules.
Ghoul rules.
You gotta remember how they work.
What a gift, though, from Jason to be like, hi.
Here you go.
I want to serve you. Just give me your blood. Just give me your blood.
Yeah.
And in the moment, I did not know. I thought, I was like, okay, do I brutally murder him? Do I drag him through the streets? Like, I had a lot of things in the back of my head are really upsetting. And I think I went with the most interesting choice, which is what I always try to do when I'm doing any kind of show, is like what will make my character have to make hard decisions in the future, like and killing him's not off the table, but still like keeping this person around connects me to my past, and I think that's way more interesting than
that is so true.
A quick murder, which would have been great, but listen.
And granted, you have to sit there and think about all of that at once and then respond.
Yeah. I was pausing. I was pausing a little bit for that reason, so I was like, the gears were going real fast. Oh man! But I feel like Brawn. So I want to talk about that real quick. Sorry, the end of your scene though, like it, truly, like the thing about needing validation.
Yeah.
I didn't clock that as a character really. So
that's one of the driving forces that I had behind him of being so malleable and so being like basically usable by other people, because he just wants someone to say, "Good job," or "I'm proud of you. You did it. You won."
I really read that as like, instead of that as being that you're just affable, like you wanted that. Yes, you want to be well liked, but that you just are kind. I thought that it was kindness.
I'm excited to prove you wrong.
F for respects.
Well, because he has mentioned that he's clearly, he talked about how Coco was nice to him.
Yeah.
And that's clearly won him over, that he feels he's got some, kinship with her because of that.
Yeah, I'm really playing it as this is the first time that other kindred have like been nice to Brawn at all, because you can see why. Encountering him on the streets and he'll just harass you. And
I mean, like Kiếm, like when she met you, like loved you. So Kiem's all about, and I hate when it's like the very binary, like beautiful, not beautiful, like lovely. So for Kiếm, beauty is originality and like features. So meeting Nosferatu the first time was like, people can look like this, kindred can look like this.
Right.
So like fascinating to me. So I was a little very creepy with you, very creepy with you the first couple of times.
Yeah.
I think that's
that was an interesting relationship too, because I think that there is something about the Brawn-Kiếm relationship that is going to come to a head at some point. I feel it's either going to be us versus other people or us versus each other.
Yeah, and Michelle is very worried. I'm very worried about all of this.
It'll be great. I love it.
My friends.
I do want to talk about where you guys think this is going, but I first want, before we move on, you had also a wonderful conversation with your sire about your beast.
Yeah.
You mentioned that, and that it was another first for this stream, is someone to actually in character talk about the beast.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just tell me things.
Yeah. Well, I know that I wanted to do that because
Yeah.
that is something that I think is unique to sort of Jason's style of storytelling. It's a choice that he had made of like most of the time these beasts are going to be sort of the voice of the sire or whoever has like control over these kindred. And so I think that's such a really cool mechanic that I wanted to sort of address it in world of like these feelings that I'm having, this like inner saboteur, it's my enemy or my sire or whatever. And so, yeah, just I love the reaction as Glassjaw too, of like, that's not fucking me. I don't know what's going on. Like, but he understood like what he was asking.
Yeah, and he got it. He was just like, we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah. Great, lots of answers. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, and that and just also that moment of like seeing more of Brawn's like being exposed of just like it makes me hate you. Like that was just little hearts breaking. Little hearts breaking.
Yeah. I'm interested to explore the relationship between Brawn and Glassjaw, especially as it moves forward with potentially some conspiracies.
I truly thought all the sires were going to take a back seat for our show. I thought the show was going to be about like four new kindred making their way. Sorry, wrong show. But I to have all the sires suddenly be involved in like they're part of the major plot.
Right.
I'm like, oh,
it's surprising to all of us.
I did not know this thing.
Yeah.
I'm barking up the wrong tree over here.
Yeah, but you're sort of the one that's free of that, you know, with Kiếm because we're all sort of beholden to our sires.
And I think that really makes me an agent of chaos at this point. Because
That's
like,
true.
I feel like, you know, if someone's not including me in their plan, then I've got to crush them. Oh no! I'm leaking plot over here. Like,
and we all watched everybody, so you got to see everyone's. And so you guys know what everyone talked about with their sire. You got to hear all of the secrets that were revealed to Kiếm. You know, and all of the sort of double dealings that the other sires were saying.
Yeah.
So knowing all of that, what do y'all think is going to happen when the coterie comes back together?
Yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of grandstanding, like a lot of like, we are all best friends. You know, like just it's gonna be a lot of that.
I think the biggest difference, because this is essentially the core of Vampire, right? It's you can't trust these people that you're building these relationships with. So it's what we have been acting like this whole time. It's just now the audience is in on it because now they've seen behind the curtain, and the masks that we've had with each other will still be there. We've just been this way the whole time.
We got there. Like, I think truly, but I would say like for our individual characters, like I don't know. I mean, certainly Kiếm didn't know about this until this moment, right? So then your character also learned.
Yeah, Brawn's pretty clueless.
Yeah, so we're all kind of this is technically new information.
Yeah.
Yes, of course we're serving ourselves, but the new information I think adds a layer of like, oh, I have to be like extra careful.
Right.
You know, I've got to really watch what people are doing and figure out why they're doing them. I think Kiếm really would take the advice of Ash quite seriously about like look to the future, see where everybody ends up, and you know, pair with the person who's going to be the most powerful.
Yeah.
So it's a long game there.
How cool is it to have video game characters in the game?
Oh,
like
yeah, I
and
love
Julia
it.
and stuff like that. It's such a cool thing.
Speaking of cool stuff,
excited.
Before we go, I would like you both to look at each other and tell each other one thing you like about the other's portrayal of their character.
I love what you're doing with your character. I know that you're new to the world of Vampire a bit, but you are doing a phenomenal job, especially the episode today where we got to see the other side of
we're
Kiếm.
crying.
No, don't. Wait, do it. I loved it when that happened. Cry.
I love that you took what is. I love that you took what is essentially a bonehead character, who's meathead, bonehead. I don't know, same thing, and made him have like all of these like reasons behind being that way, all this heart, and I just thought you were being nice, and I appreciate your support, and I love you, and
yay! Thank you. And Ash, you're fantastic too. I love the way that you host Club Auspex.
Sometimes we cry.
Thank you both for joining me at Club Auspex.
Yeah, and also Cyn and Noura are also fantastic. So give our compliments over to their performances as well.
I will pass that on. Fantastic. Well, thank you both for joining us. Thank you for watching Club Auspex. We're still going, but next we're gonna be with Cyn and Noura. It'll be magic. I'll do this and they'll appear. Welcome, Cynthia Marie.
Hello.
Welcome, Noura Ibrahim.
Thank you.
So we are still, having just watched season 2, episode 5.
OMG.
OMG. OMG. Starting with the obvious with y'all, you have a sister.
I know. Khalida's not an only child anymore, and I don't like it. Khalida is inherently very selfish.
Noura don't like it, or
No. Noura loves it because it's drama, and we love to see it on TV. Khalida does not like sharing. She wanted to be an only child and be spoiled for the rest of her life, and now there's a complication. So we don't know what's going to happen, but Khalida's always going to appear nice and composed because she doesn't know how this is going to benefit her. Because in the end, Khalida always thinks, how does this benefit me? How does this work to my advantage? And then, so I guess it'll all come down to what happens when we finally meet each other.
Well, it's already working to your advantage. You're the favored one right now.
I am the favorite.
That's true. You're no longer an only child, but you're still the favorite child. So that's
and that has also its benefits, and I could use that to twist the knife a little.
Yeah, you can't be the best unless there's someone else, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well said.
Who doesn't like a little healthy competition?
Yeah, I'm sure it's super healthy. All of your relationships.
It'll all be fine.
Yeah.
Silky smooth. Silky smooth.
There was a lot revealed in this episode, and y'all were also kind of put in a position in the last episode going into this one, given sort of breadcrumbs of maybe question things. There was some questioning happening. Do you feel that your characters trust your sires right now?
Shoot, if you would have asked me like a couple episodes ago, I would have been like, yeah, totally. Like, I trust him.
Not so much.
No.
With Khalida, I think she trusts him to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always the underlying of, well, he's probably going to fuck me over at some point.
No.
Just, be careful, be on your guard always. But for now, maybe it's fine. Maybe, question mark, we'll see.
Yeah. I like that answer. I'm kind of feeling the same way. Like, I'm at like the 10%. Like, I have to trust him because it's the only like thing that I have to go off of.
Mm-hmm.
Is Aventro ever truly trustworthy?
No.
Same
or
for
trusting.
Yeah.
There's no trust.
Yeah. But we could be civil and pretend that we love and trust each other.
You can trust Aventro to always go after their own best interests.
Yes. That is a constant.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that your characters are satisfied with the conversations they had with their sires, that they got all the answers they wanted? Or some of the answers they wanted?
I'm at a 90%.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good,
I'm at
honestly.
90.
For a vampire, that's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lot.
Yeah. I asked a lot of questions.
We did learn a little bit about, which was very interesting, because we talked a bit about how you were embraced very, very briefly. There was clearly some vagueness there. But we learned a little bit about how a La Sombra, what their journey is.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk a bit more about that? That's the Crucible, right?
Yeah. See if I can remember some of the conversation I had. So it's called the Crucible, and there's 3 different like layers that one has to go through to prove that you're a La Sombra. So like one's a physical, one's a mental, and I forgot what the third one is. But basically it's like meant to break you or lift you up as La Sombra, and like most people end up like falling out of the way. So I loved the moment actually in the previous episode when Coco had asked Khalida like, oh, like how did you get sired? And you're like, oh, I sold a painting, and I'm like, a painting? That's it. Fuck. So that's what I really like. I felt that emotion from the episode. I wanted to carry that into the next one to go like talk to Renato about that and be like, why does everyone else get to like just sell a painting or like meet somebody, and I had to go through all this other crap?
Or sometimes against their will. What all?
Hey, the against the will thing. I guess that's probably different too. Is that like I feel like Coco chose to be Kendra. She chose to like live this life because she had basically 3 opportunities to back out, and she didn't. So she's in it for the deep end there.
Yeah, I loved that we got to follow through on that moment that y'all had, and I loved the response as well from Jason, where he was just like, yeah, but those other clans kind of suck. It's basically what I got from that.
I love the inner clan hatred. It's fantastic.
It's interesting to sit like Lasombra and Ventrue because traditionally they don't like get along, so like it's fun to play with it.
And yet we're working together to some end.
Or are we?
Or are we? We
Are
shall
you
see.
each other's pawns? So much chess.
Dun, dun, dun.
Can we know a little bit more about your relationship with your sire and how
So I
that...
swiped right. And
Okay. All right.
there was the
Kindred Tinder.
Is that a
Tinder?
thing?
Is
That should be a thing.
It was an app in LA by Night.
Oh, okay.
God, what was it called?
What's it called?
I can't remember. It was a thing. No,
It was no. We are
Okay.
getting a thing that was not
yeah.
a thing. All right, it was not a thing.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. Stop talking about it.
Not
That
talking
never
about it.
happened.
So Khalida has, she's very blue blood. She's grown up with money. She's always been in high circles, and in her, as an art dealer and as somebody in high society, she attends a lot of charity functions.
Mm-hmm.
Rafferty, being somebody who likes to collect things that people cannot get, was in search of something really special, which I was able to help him with, and that's how the relationship was kindled.
Was he out to collect the thing you found, or was he out to collect you?
Oh, probably a little bit of both.
Oh, all right.
But I did prove to have qualities in which somebody such as Rafferty and somebody who is a Ventrue would obviously see, how can this person aid in my goals? Because that's always, I would imagine, the end game. But yeah, I think that's how it all started, and I like to think about because we have gotten in the story that Rafferty is a self-made man, whereas Khalida has grown up with money, has always been in high society.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if there was something in that trying to attain higher status, if having this relationship with somebody who's always had a
With old
position of
money.
power maybe makes him feel more powerful.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So you went through a gauntlet, and you are a possession.
So he thinks.
You always gotta flip it.
Yeah.
We asked this of your colleagues, the other table, and I would love to ask this of y'all to just look at each other, and I want you both to tell each other something that you like about how they portray the character. Compliment time.
That's a long list.
I'll go first because I can immediately, this is a no-brainer. Cynthia, my darling, my love. When you portray a character, you go so deep into the lore of the book that you really, really make an effort to really take the core of what is in the rule books and bring it to life in every way. And I think your decisions, while you make character decisions based on specific characters, you really take in the clan and the lore into consideration, which I absolutely love, and it makes for such an interesting story. And it's always like beneficial for me, who might not have read every single page of the book. Don't tell Jason.
There's a lot of pages.
It is. It is lovely to have you there as like an additional source of knowledge.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, thank you.
This is a source book.
I try. Miss Noura, I literally love everything that you bring to the table. Like, it is the cattiest thing in the world, and I'm like taking notes. I'm like, how do I like one up her on this cattiness? Because it's so beautiful to watch. Like, even like just your subtle movement of like when you pull up the your what are the binoculars?
The opera glasses?
Oh man, every time like I'm
So
like
obnoxious.
biting the inside of my cheeks to not laugh because I'm just like, yeah, that's the moment. It's
So
that
good.
moment.
Yeah.
That moment. I can't even look at you half the time. I'm just like, I'm just gonna be here because like she's just exuding this like this power, and I'm like, that's Ventrue. I'm gonna be over here in the shadows. Like, excuse me. You're just an awe of beauty. It's amazing to watch you work.
Thank you. That's so sweet. I'm gonna give you a hug.
I love you.
Me too. Oh my God, my wig. No.
The wig.
The wig.
Okay, before we go, So y'all got to watch each other's moments and the other players. So you saw all the secrets revealed. You saw all the backstories. So it was a lot. We learned a lot this episode.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen when the coterie gets back together?
Oh,
I
crap.
don't know. I think it's either going to be complete chaos and we're just gonna like all go head to head, or we're gonna plot together for our revenge.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like Kiếm gonna bounce. I feel like Brawn's gonna get smart in like 2 seconds and be like, why are y'all manipulating me? And I think you and I are gonna go head to head.
That's possible. Can I just say real quick? Because we were watching, all the performance and the one-on-ones. Every time Brawn is like, the paintings do something fucky, I lose it. I can't. When he says it on the table, it's all that I am to just keep composed, because every time Brawn says anything, I can't keep it together.
I died watching Xander's segment over here. I was like, thank God they're not like showing me or whatever, because I'd be like laughing about it.
Can I hear your Brawn as well?
Oh. I mean, I just want to be here and like catch a cab or like throw some punches. I just really don't want to be here right now. It's fine.
It's pedantic.
Pedantic.
Amazing. Thank you both so much for a very not pedantic club Auspex. Thank you for joining. Thank you all for watching. That is the end of the episode now. We've talked to everybody. I'm so sorry. We're done. Yay! Love Auspex. Yeah. See you next episode.